She like when I grab it and I call her my boo. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You look good. This shit crazy though.
How?
Cause like, alright, let's say during COVID, right?
Yeah.
The whole world shut down. Boom. Everybody was stuck inside. You know what I'm saying? And it was good for some people, wasn't good for some people. Like, you know, you had a lot of death. It was trying time for some people. But a lot of people, some people came up during COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people, like, especially in the music industry or videographers, whatever you were doing online, a lot of people came up just for some fact that, you know, people were more in the house and you were able to be seen. You know what I'm saying? You were able to be like, get noticed. Everybody's on the same thing. Everybody's on the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like now it's like they're talking about COVID is coming back, right? It's coming back like in crazy fashion. Like everybody gonna start running with masks and stuff like that. That's gonna be crazy. They shut down again.
COVID part 2. You think it's coming back?
I wouldn't even want that. I don't know. COVID, you want COVID to come back again?
That's gonna be crazy. Another lockdown.
Another lockdown? How long was that lockdown from? Like March to all the way like some places July, June maybe?
Longer.
It was longer than that. Maybe it was a year.
Yeah.
Or two.
Cause they were testing things out. They didn't, the vaccine. They were trying to get the vaccine ready, and everybody was scared. People were just dropping like flies. And, people didn't know what moves to make, so everybody was just staying inside.
I couldn't imagine that coming back in.
I know. It'd be super crazy. But we'll be more prepared.
You think so?
But that would still be crazy having forcing people to stay inside again. Jobs shutting down again. Public places shutting down again.
So you feel like if it was to happen again, we have procedures for it because more jobs are becoming work home based, right?
Yeah.
More jobs are becoming like work from home a lot of times, right?
Yeah, remote.
But what are the jobs that aren't remote? Like fast food chains are remote. You can't get a burger from. Like how you have employees working? You gotta like shit ain't automatic.
I just feel like they wouldn't close down, but the amount of employees they would have would be limited. So with that, it would be fast food. Fast food would be fast food. It would take a little bit longer.
Because they have less employees working?
Yeah.
But I see that now though. You ever go to like any type of McDonald's or like Burger King?
How they have you parked?
Yeah, they have you sitting for a minute. You go to Wendy's, any like fast food chain restaurant, they have you sitting for a minute.
Yeah.
Are you sitting there for a while, like before you get your food? Like, you know what I'm saying? You stand in that line wraps around the corner. Niggas be having cones outside and shit on a regular day basis.
So you notice that more since COVID?
I think like I know when I was in LA at one time, that time when we was in LA or whatever, or on the West Coast, they had lines outside the fucking like Zaxby's, not Zaxby's, what they have out there, Raising Cane, right? So they have lines like all out there. So now if you shut down again, would you even have those employees?
Drive-through, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't even have those employees anyway. That's when if that happens again, everybody's gonna have to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Everybody. It's gonna be like because right now you have jobs saying
it's gonna be mandatory.
Yeah, because right now you have jobs saying, are you vaccinated? Do you have your vaccine? Or would you be?
And you have to show proof with the card.
That's another thing. They're saying, are you vaccinated? And can you show proof that you're vaccinated?
Yeah.
You know, you'd be like, yeah, I'm vaccinated. But then it's like, can you show proof?
Right.
And then how you know when you apply for a job, and you're one of those people that be like, nah, I ain't getting no shot. I want no booster, another booster, then another shot, right? And now, what if you're one of those people that be like, I don't want to take no vaccine, and then you apply for a job, and then they be like, can you show proof? But you can't show proof because you didn't take one. So now they're limiting the people. Isn't that the kind of discrimination a little bit?
I would say so.
Because they're not letting the people that don't want to take it. They're saying if they're looking at your application or whatever you applied on, they're saying, nah, you applied and said you wouldn't get the shot or you don't have it.
Yeah.
So you're hindering the people that have the vaccine.
it's kind of wrong in a sense because you have people who don't believe in vaccines, period. No flu shot, nothing. Before we even heard of COVID. They didn't let their kids get flu shots. They didn't get flu shots. None of that.
Right.
So to force that on people, I don't feel like that's necessarily right. But I feel like masks and taking the proper precautions when it comes to that, the distance thing, that's a more safety precaution for me. But to force someone to inject themselves with something that may or may not be right for their body, because we know sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's kind of like the flu shot. It can have a different side effect on somebody.
You know how sometimes people get the flu when they take the shot?
Oh yeah, that's true too. A lot of you got cold after you take it. So that's like a gift and a curse. Because now, okay, let's say this then. What if you saying you ain't gonna get the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
And the people that don't get the vaccine show up to work, and the people that got the vaccine show up to work, and now somebody gets sick that don't have the vaccine, and then they give it to somebody else who has the vaccine. Because even if you have the vaccine, you still couldn't get it.
That's the scary thing about it. And then you got some people who are asymptomatic, some who aren't.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
a sticky situation.
Very sticky.
I wouldn't even want if the world shut down again. I think that would, you know, everybody keeps saying, it'd be this depression, the world will go into depression. That will cause a depression.
Yeah, I feel like it did the first time.
If you talking about niggas got shut down again, I ain't agree. I don't know.
And then, like we discussed before, forcing adults, grown men and women to stay in place.
Yeah.
Some people just can't deal with authority like that. They're like, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm grown. I'm going outside. I'm not sheltered in place. You know, it's just the fact of I have to be here that drives people insane.
Yeah, and now you stuck in the house again. And let's say you ain't getting no check or nothing like that, you're gonna be sick.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, if my job is not remote and you back at home, companies ain't gonna want to pay nobody to sit at home again if they don't, especially if the company don't need you to sit at home. If the company is a production or manufacturer or something like that, and they need the workers in there, that means let's think 20 down the line somewhere. That means you're forcing companies, right, to have to fucking go ahead and like you're forcing them to have to convert to AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Why? Because let's say Patty's, for instance, Burger King, McDonald's, a fast food chain, Wendy's, name any but Wendy's you want to think of, right? You're forcing them to have AIs flip a patty and flip a burger and put it together.
They can't get sick.
And they can't get sick. So now you force it. Now, how many companies gonna be like, you know what? I'm not gonna keep having a world shut down.
That was already in the works anyway.
But now that's
robots and AI becoming the cashiers and the cooks because they don't need healthcare. They don't get sick. They don't need breaks. They don't, they don't get tired.
And if you could have a company, right? You could have AIs or, mechanical arms or shit like that building fucking
mechanical arms.
Yeah, robot shit, right? If you could have them building cars and putting car parts together, how easy is it for somebody to make it to where they can put somebody flipping patties and burgers together?
I feel like it wouldn't anything to make that happen. I feel like they're working on it now.
Yeah, just in case some shit like that happens.
Just in case.
That makes it so easy.
But they have the I think it's here, the pizza shop. The little robot is like that's all, and it brings your pizza straight to you. They know what table to go to and everything.
See, now that's even what you get rid of waitresses and shit. And then
that's the plan.
How they have fucking like cubicles and shit, right?
Yeah.
All right, so boom. Let's say you go to eat at a restaurant. They have a cubicle for like a bubble. Remember Bubble Boy? They have
Bubble Boy.
Yes, you ever seen Bubble Boy?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so back in like 19 something, maybe later than that, there was a boy who couldn't go outside a bubble. He was in a plastic bubble his whole life because if he
it was a show.
It was a movie.
It was a movie.
Yeah, and if he went out the bubble, he would die or something like that. Yeah, it's called Bubble Boy. You got to Google that movie. And for a long story short, at the end of the movie, I think he was able to get out the bubble or something like that. But his whole life, from a childhood, from an infant,
he spent his whole life in the bubble.
He never had human contact, like physical touch. It was always in a bubble. Like his mom and dad had to use hands to change his diapers. They had to put plastic shit in there to help. Like he couldn't get out the bubble.
What?
And then I think he fell over with a girl or something like that or something. I don't know what happened, but when he got out the bubble.
How did he get in the bubble?
He was born like that.
He was not born in the bubble.
No, I don't know. Something like I forgot the movie. I had to go back and like kind of like look at it and shit like that. Yeah, but he couldn't get out the bubble, and even as an infant, I think he had trouble breathing. He had to stay in a bubble or some shit like that. I don't know what the disease was. I don't know what it was, but he was staying in a fucking bubble. So, long story short, if imagine they start putting restaurants. Like you go to a restaurant, you order a table.
It's a true story.
Oh, see.
David Vetter was born in 1971 with severe combined immune deficiency, and an experiment to keep him alive made him famous. Became known as the Bubble Boy, and after he was placed in a germ-free plastic bubble that he lived in for 12 years.
But in the movie, I think they exaggerated it, so they made him be like almost an adult in a bubble.
12 years in a bubble?
Yeah, like they had to change his diaper in the bubble. Like they had to, like his parents had to, like
they put the
change
food in there too.
Yeah, they put the food in through the bubble. Everything. Yeah.
And this is based off of a true story.
But in the movie they exaggerated and shit.
Yeah.
But now imagine you go to sit down at a restaurant at a table and they talking about you in a bubble.
Like making it mandatory that you be
in
a bubble.
Like go to a restaurant. Boom, we go to a restaurant. We about to go get our table, and as you walk in by the tables, instead of being like a cubicle, it'd be like a little, like you used to remember Jurassic Park when they were driving around in bubble things.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's sitting in like their own little bubble cubicle.
What?
And has the door closed and everything, and the waitress orders the food through the bubble, and then they just they order get the menu and everything, they hand sanitize it, they spray it down before they give it to you through the bubble and shit like that. And it's already on the table, and then when they come in, they make sure they spray all the mats and shit.
That would be insane.
And then, like when the waitress is ordering your food, there's like they have like a speaker box inside where you're sitting at, and then she has like a microphone on her face, and she's talking to you through the bubble, and you ordering the food through the bubble.
And what, they slide the food through
and
the bubble?
Yeah, and they put the food through the bubble, and they put the food through the little tray. Like you're thinking of watching a jail movie or some shit like that. When they put the food through the
Oh yeah.
So in the bubble, they have the bubble. It opens up. They bring the cart with the food. And they put the food all on the bubble cart thing, and they slide the tray in there, and you pick your food off.
That would be wild.
That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah.
But like, imagine that though. Imagine that's the way we going. Plus the AI shit.
Wow.
It don't take none to measure up some ingredients and have a robot flip a pancake.
How would it make you feel?
Confined.
Right.
They make you feel like you trapped.
Think about people who are like really claustrophobic too.
Shit, I'm probably like up there.
I get kind of like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you stuck. Like you might as well stay inside.
Yeah.
Your fresh air is basically going outside.
That would be more comfortable.
What's that?
Staying inside. You know, you can move around like you want to.
Might as well
you go out in public, you have to be
some fucking, Instacart some shit.
At that point, I would just, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you might as well.
Yeah.
If that's what the world's coming to, that's gonna be ridiculous.
I don't know.
That's shit. Imagine it though.
Another COVID.
No, everybody in a bubble.
I don't even know if we can say COVID too.
It ain't about the seed, the whatever that is. It's just a point. It's the point of, you know what I'm saying?
The big C.
you know, the big C, right?
Yeah.
It's just the idea of like you need a fresh air. Like I remember one time, my grandmother used to be like, you gotta go outside and get some fresh air. Like you can't be cooped up in your room. You
That's
can't
true.
be even if you stuck in your thoughts, even if you fucking you're working on something, you stuck there. You can't. You have to get up and go get some fresh air, take a walk.
You do.
I remember I was watching some documentary, and he was like, when you go for walks, it helps your brain function better.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
think clearer.
You think clearer. So if you're going for a walk or you go and get some fresh air, just to take the stress off real quick, and then you come out. Then you got the Pomodoro method or whatever, where you 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 30 minutes on, then 15 minutes off, 15 minutes off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just keep giving yourself breaks and giving yourself time so you're not stressed on it. Because sometimes I work on a project and shit, I'm working on that shit for like 2-3 hours straight.
You can do that? I was just thinking about that, like studying.
Yeah.
I can't just study. Like, I need to do something else. I can't just sit there for long periods of time. Like 2 hours straight, no way.
Nah.
After like an hour, I'm zoning out.
Nah, I'll be stuck in the process. Sometimes you look up. I mean, one time we in the studio and shit. We in LA, and we in the studio, and the engineer, one of the engineers in there, he's like, you gotta let your ears rest and shit, because we in there working so many fucking songs and shit. He's like, you gotta let your ears rest, because when you let your ears rest and you come back, take a walk, you come back, you might hear the song differently. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you be stuck in the moment and just trying to get it done, and you hearing it, you just like, nah, that shit gonna sound right.
And a little too focused.
And you way too focused. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that can burn you out just being too on it like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta do that to get by. But if you're doing that every time with no air in between, that's like going in the water and not breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ever been in the water or held your breath to the point where you fucking feel like you about to pass out? Mm-hmm. But imagine staying like that in that state for like 2-3 hours.
Your brain probably about to pass out.
You know what I'm saying?
After so long.
Facts. You about to be out of here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So even with that, I mean, like, now you're trying to force people back into that mode again, basically. You basically about to drown people again and have them stuck there, and they gonna be in that can't breathe
no other option.
For no other option, because that's all they have to do. Some people are outsiders. Some people like to go on hikes. Some people like to go on adventures. Some people like to go on trips. Some people like to, and it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just a point of some people just like being outdoors, going for walks outside their dogs. Some people like walking their dogs. They have bike trails. Some people like going to the park.
It gets deep because you don't know if that's traumatizing for people. What if somebody grew up as had strict parents and they couldn't go anywhere, so now is their time to be free and go anywhere they want to? Or I don't know, it could be all types of trauma that are associated with being in the crib. So like they want to get out, they need to get out and do things, clear their mind, get fresh air, see different things, see other people.
Only thing I can say about that is if you're gonna have people locked in there like that, you gotta make sure every movie on Netflix is a banger. You gotta make sure
you gotta have it. That would be the time to do it.
You gotta make sure because everything about all the hot movies come out during the winter time.
But if you do think about it too, though, right? A lot of bangers did kind of come out. I can't name one off the top of my head,
mm-hmm.
but the shows were rolling during COVID, and they knew that was the time to put some interesting
stuff out. You're gonna have people's attention at that point in time. So
locked in, they don't have anything else.
I mean, you better have. I mean, whatever food chain using any type of delivery service, that shit better be on point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't care if you delivering whatever, it better be on point. You fucking shows better be on fucking point.
Yeah.
Like you better like if you gotta have a motherfucker sleep at that damn studio for however long that movie till it's right, because you don't want people.
No, but was the Tyler Perry doing that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was. He had the actors and actresses sleeping at the studio. So they will all be safe, you know.
So you're not going back and forth and transmitting shit with your family. Nah, even in the bubble with sports, like they had everybody you stuck at that one hotel. You couldn't leave, and if you left, you had to wait for like 14 days, whatever the time was during that time. So it's like, shit, that's more money, but at the same time, you better make sure that shit is done. I'm like, what? You talking about another avatar or whatever, another video? Then he coming out John, like, you gotta make sure everything is 100%. You can't come in there half-assing nothing.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like a dead. We was in fucking, what was it, Detroit? And
crazy.
It looked like Ghost Town.
Definitely. You're like the purge had hit. Like
There was nobody out there. It was like, what in the West? A beautiful city, but it's like, it was like, ooh. It was like, did the fucking zombies come through here?
I was just waiting for the little, what you call it?
The little dust bunnies.
The hay ball.
Oh yeah,
Go across the road.
Yeah, like that's, to me, it's like on little papers and shit. Like, to me, that's dangerous.
Terrible.
Like, we can't, like, we gotta like up our game a lot more. Like, and like then again, some people came up during that time with streaming. Some families was able to, you know, be successful and become more successful because of it. You know, and they heard a lot of people. Some families lost their loved ones and all that stuff. But I'm gonna say, all I'll say to say this is, like, you know, we gotta have some better methods, procedures.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, we go through something once, then we want to go through it again because we know how to defend it now.
Right.
Like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I just hope that you know, we prepare. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But hopefully some stuff in line in case it does happen.
You already know
better things.
We have to. And everything is currencies on. It's digital.
Mm-hmm.
Who walks around with money?
Yeah.
Nobody walks around with money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think nobody has really money on it. Everybody has cash. Not cash. Everybody has like a card or some type of like Cash App or Zelle or Venmo or something.
I would think so. At least something.
Like, nobody walking around just with stacks of money on it like that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have a wallet or you might have something just to give some tips out if you go out to eat. I remember when I said that, like, we gotta, like, every time we go out to a restaurant, so we gotta have some extra money from the bank, just leave a tip or something like that. Oh yeah, if you ever go somewhere, right? This is gonna help out all the waitresses and waiters that's in the world. If you ever go out to eat, make sure you have some type of cash on to leave a tip, because if you leave it on a tab, they won't get that into the check, and then the check gets taxed anyway, so they don't even get that money to take home. You want to make sure you always have some extra cash on you so you tip them well. You know what I'm saying? You always want to make sure you tip a little bit above what the asking rate is, because people actually live on them tips. They're making $2 an hour sometimes.
Yeah, it's terrible. That shouldn't even be a thing.
Like, sometimes you ain't making nothing. You just making what your tips is and what, like, $2 an hour plus your tip. Like, what? That ain't how you living. I remember
a lot of services live off tips. That's it.
Like, you ain't living now. You can't put it on a card because it's gonna be taxed. You want that money in cash. Mm-hmm. I want that money right there. Yeah. You leave a $5, leave $2, leave, you know, 10, 15, 20, whatever you got. Leave that percentage. Yeah. Especially if you're a good waitress. That's another thing. Fucking waitresses be terrible sometimes.
What was the last horrible experience you had with a waitress?
We went to the what I don't know, bro. I remember we went somewhere and the waitress was not fucking asking if we need refills. And you know what I fucking hate about them?
Oh, the seafood was fire.
Don't bring me the fucking tip, the fucking check before I ask for it. If I'm
it does seem like they're rushing, right?
It's like you get messed up. Like, we went to that burger spot over there, and the guy was bringing the check like he asked for it. Like, you doing us a favor. Like, you try to kick us out. That's so disrespectful. Yeah. I have a full pool. We waited 30 minutes to get the food. We get the food for about, like, maybe 5, 10 minutes. Just started eating. Not even fully almost done. You bring the check already.
Yeah. Nigga, that's the guy. He didn't even ask if we needed anything.
Nah, he just
came once. Did he come twice?
Nah, he just went there. He went to the table one time to get the food. No, he went to the table to get the order. Then he went to the table to bring the food. Then he came back with the check.
He bring the check, right?
Where my
now are y'all good? Now are y'all do y'all need anything else? Do you guys want the check? Are you still eating? Like,
what if we want a dessert?
Right.
That means you gotta go prick me out of motherfucking check. You should have did that, yo. Give me some dessert so we can print out the
check. Up. Now.
Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. That shit, like, kicking me out the spot. How you kicking me out?
Yeah.
I could pay you a good size, handsome tip. You gonna kick me out?
I definitely tip off service. I don't need any type of notoriety or anything. Like, oh, she's a good tipper. No, you gotta do your part too. You gotta be doing your job.
You can't tell me that's not disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
Bringing me the tip before I'm done eating.
That's rude.
Where they do that at?
That's very rude.
That's so fucking rude.
But hey, that's why he didn't get
Was that the worst? Worst? Nah, hell no. Was that the worst? Was that the worst experience you had?
Yeah, in a long time. I can't remember anything before that.
Maybe he just didn't like us.
You think you would?
Probably was hating some shit. He probably didn't like us some shit. We didn't do nothing though.
Yeah, but sometimes it just be the fact that like we can leave and they can't.
Because they at work.
Yeah.
I mean, you get money.
True, but you know, sometimes people like,
I'm
over it.
I'm ready to go.
I got my money for the day.
Like, come on, that's bull, yo. That's bull. People don't want money.
Yeah.
People don't really want money.
But then too, some people just don't have good customer service.
That's another
Pick
thing.
your jobs wisely.
Yo, what is with all of these, should I say, like, not black establishments, black establishments? What is wrong with black establishments and having good customer service?
It's terrible.
Like, you want to...
A lot of it is terrible. A lot of it is good, but a lot of it is terrible.
Like, you want to, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to, like, okay, I'll uplift black excellence.
Support black businesses.
Support black businesses.
Yeah.
But how are we going to support black businesses when the customer service is terrible? How you got an attitude and you're supposed to be a service? You provided a service.
That's literally your job.
I used to work for, I forgot what I used to work for back in the day, but their motto was fun, fast, and friendly or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking, when you work, they always say the customer's always right?
Yeah.
The customer's always right. You can't get an attitude with the customer. The customer's always black, white, no matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
The customer's always right. The customer's always going to make sure you do your job so you go home peacefully.
Right.
You can't be sitting there getting an attitude. You know what I'm saying? How you walk up to
your coworkers would get an attitude?
How you walk up to somebody with an attitude?
Your coworkers did?
Yeah. How you walk up to somebody with an attitude and be
off the rip
and be like, yeah, hi, what's up? When I like, what? I don't care if I'm black, I don't care if I'm white, I don't care what race I am. It's out of the idea, like, how you, like, we want to see black businesses so strive and become successful. We want to give money back to it, but you coming in with an attitude, though.
A lot of people don't know about customer service. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to greet people properly. Like, it's ridiculous.
You cannot tell me that any place you go to that's, let's say, a white establishment, right? Mm-hmm. They don't never got no idea. They be like, seem like the happiest motherfuckers in the world sometimes.
Even if they're faking it.
Even if they fake it because they fucking do their job just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you go to be black, sometimes be like, man, we don't want to be here. And it shows, like, nigga, like, what you mean you don't want to be here? You getting money. You better be happy you getting money. Because the niggas out here ain't getting none.
And then they carry that experience on. Like, they might have had a bad experience with one party. Then they take it to another one. Like, come on, you got to be able to code switch. You got to switch it up.
Remember that time we went to fucking, I think another burger spot, right? And the girl was talking about.
We always have to eat burgers because we love burgers. So we always end up at a burger spot. But yeah, go ahead.
Nah, that burger spot in Michigan was they had that
the gumbo?
Yeah, they had some gumbo and some. That spot was good. We're gonna do it.
That gumbo was top tier.
We went there twice, I think.
It was New Orleans spot, so I mean.
Shit, better. That was on point.
Yeah. I think I took a bite. It was good.
That every food was on point.
Every item on the menu.
Every item.
Every food was on point.
Every item on the menu was on point.
It was really good.
Like they took their time.
Drinks and all. It was really good.
The Sprite was crisp. It was like that. It was good.
Really refreshing.
I mean, I fuck with that shit. That shit was good. But even when we went to the fucking place and the girl was sitting there talking shit about the person that's on the phone, like she sat there for like 10 minutes talking to us about somebody on the phone we haven't ordered yet. We were standing there.
Yeah.
We were standing there, and she kept. I'm sorry. The people on the phone were just being so dead. How you gonna spell? I'm like, I haven't ordered my food.
What does that have to do with us?
Nothing.
See, I was always told that you assist the person in front of you and put that person on hold. And then where are all the other people? That's what you have a team for, so they can handle that situation, and then we can still be assisted. Like,
but I'm starting to see that though. Like a lot of jobs be looking to hire, like they're hire. We need employees. There's a lot of jobs open out here. There's a lot of like they ain't paying shit, so I understand why they need employees. But You know what I'm saying?
That's
Minimum
definitely
wage,
back.
that shit is crazy. Like,
Why is minimum wage $7?
in Georgia?
It's
Oh, man.
$7.25.
Nah.
What is
It's
it?
$7.25. It is $7.25.
It's $7.25 still, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is $7.25.
How is that
It is $7.25.
even?
She like when I grab it and I call her my boo.